Hello, everyone. My name is Zach Brower, and welcome to a presentation about the UMass Amherst EducationUSA Academy, Summer 2019. Very happy to be able to share program details, let you know about what kind of exciting itinerary we have going on this summer, as well as what the academic curriculum will be looking like, things such as housing, meal plan, the construction of the program in general, and I'm happy to, of course, field any questions, let you know more about the university moving forward, and just let you know that we're excited to host this program for our third year in a row. It's been a wonderful partnership so far with Education USA and the Academy, and I hope you find this presentation informative. So I'm just going to get the screen share set up. Just hang on one second. Wonderful. Great. So as you can see here from this introductory slide, that's a picture of the center of campus and the old chapel on the center of the university grounds. This looks like a bit of a end of summer fall time situation. You can see some of the leaves turning in there during the summertime. Campus is very bright and vibrant, and it's a wonderful time to host students in the state of Massachusetts. Thankfully, New England is quite temperate, and so we get 4 distinct seasons in Massachusetts. So you'll be missing some of the harsher parts of our weather, including the winter and early spring, and coming during a very, very beautiful time with lots of greenery and outdoor activities and outdoor dining, arts in the valley. So we hope you consider joining us this summer and ask us any questions that will help you make a decision. So first of all, where are we? Who are we? We live, University of Massachusetts is located in Amherst. It is the largest public institution in the state of Massachusetts. It is technically a small town, but there is a very cosmopolitan vibrancy about the center of Amherst, partly because there are so many universities packed in such a close distance to each other. Within about a 10-mile radius, we have the University of Massachusetts Amherst, which is the largest of all the universities, as well as Amherst College, Smith College, Mount Holyoke College. In Springfield, there is American International, as well as Hampshire College, which is also just a short distance away from us. So as you can imagine, there are lots and lots of students. That means lots and lots of things to do outside, lots of restaurants, activities, outdoor events, catering to students. Amherst is an extremely, extremely safe place. So it's always ranked almost top of the list for US, like safe campuses, safe cities to live in the US. And the environment, town personality is of a very, very accepting nature. Massachusetts overall, as you might understand from discourse in politics, is a pretty liberal place in general. So everyone is very welcoming, very friendly. You can expect to see people from lots of different cultures and backgrounds coming together, both in the university setting and in the town. I love this town myself. I've been did not grow up here, but I've been living in Amherst for the past 5 or 6 years, and personally vouch for it satisfying both intellectually and for fun. So that's Amherst, and it's about 90 minutes outside of Boston, a little bit farther from New York, but just a kind of amazing place to situate yourself for a little while studying. In this picture, you can see the center of campus. We have a very beautiful pond in the middle of campus overlooking our very large W.E.B. Du Bois Library, which is the actually second tallest library in the world and the tallest research library. As you can see from that tidbit up at the top, that Amherst is a well-ranked university. It's in the top 30 of public institutions in the US, and there are so many initiatives going on campus, and a lot of Massachusetts public dollars being spent on advancing research facilities that we hope to see us climbing in rank in the future, but just maintaining our small, friendly spirit in the meantime. Of course, I've got my contact information here for any details that you'd like to connect with me about after the presentation. My name, once again, is Zach Brower. You can reach me at zbrower@umass.edu. I am the program manager for the EducationUSA Academy at UMass Amherst, so I'm working both with the curriculum as well as the social cultural itinerary, maintaining staff and personnel as well. So any questions you may have, I'd be happy to help. A little bit more about our institution. I imagine that some people are not as familiar with some of the specifics. So UMass Amherst is actually of the Massachusetts state, which is known as a Commonwealth. We are the Commonwealth's flagship campus. We're a nationally ranked public research university, meaning that there's lots and lots of research activity going on at the campus all throughout the year. Lots of doctoral students, lots of research, lots of organizations on campus using facilities, doing high-level research. As I mentioned before, we're about 90 miles outside of Boston, and we're about 175 miles from New York City. Being situated between such metropolitan areas and having so many universities allows us to maintain being, a very vibrant town in general. There's a lot of cross connection between the cities, and we'll be taking students to Boston this summer as well. You can see financially, a lot of research activity is supported well financially. Undergrad-wise, there are a ton of different options to pursue, as well as in advanced degrees, master's, and doctoral programs throughout the year. There is just a ton of academic research and progress being made on the student front on campus. Athletic-wise, we're a Division I school, so we have a high-level, we're competitive in the world of sports. Most recently, our hockey team went to the national championships, so we were very proud of the UMass Minutemen on that front. There's a large fine arts center on campus and lots of amazing facilities to pursue dance, sculpture, any of the fine arts, music, opera. All throughout the year, there will be performances at the Fine Arts Center, and with the EducationUSA Academy students, we'll be sharing the schedule as well as taking students to several of the events or providing the opportunity for that. So as I mentioned before, this is the third year that UMass Amherst will be running the EducationUSA Academy. It's been a great experience so far. We've been able to host so many students from so many different backgrounds. What's so nice to see about this program is that it's not just running a program for a group of students from one place coming to UMass Amherst. Over the course of one summer, we'll host students from China, Chile, Honduras, Asia and Japan, and in Europe, Luxembourg, the Middle East, and Palestine, and more north in Russia. And we'll just have a very, very interesting combination of students, which really allows this program to shine. I think it's one of the best things about the program, just that as a student, you're able to not only expose yourself to a U.S. university campus, study English, and develop an understanding of higher education systems in the US, but socially, you're just putting yourself in a position where you can really, really, meet so many people from different backgrounds. You can really immerse yourself in, living with the US university students and having your cohort of international students literally from all over the world. So if this is something that personally interests you and you want to expand your global horizons, if you maybe are thinking about working or living internationally one day, or if the ambitions aren't even that high and you just think it would be very, very cool to meet people from all over the world, it's an amazing opportunity to do so. So the program construction of the UMass EduSA program. So we basically focus on content-based English acquisition, English for academic purposes. So we're not going to just be sitting around studying, grammar from a book to learn all the rules and such. We want to provide, academic-based content to read, review, to do articles, to do problem sets, to be working together on in labs, and always be considering and focused on the English acquisition, both in academic and social, areas. We will be doing, a whole bunch of, what are the, technical things as we're working through this, but we want students to be, actually digesting material and to be dealing with the language. We find this to be, one of the, better parts of, spending time learning the language in the U.S. is being able to come in and do the actual classwork surrounded by the people, and to immerse yourself and learn and to understand, the rigor and study while you're here of the rules, but to really just kind of go for it and dig in. We'll be focusing on STEM topics for the most part. So content material will be based on biology, chemistry, forensic anthropology. We'll be looking at social sciences as well. So you can expect topics and readings to be based on that. And an amazing instructor from the UMass ESL department will be leading English classes. Those will happen for about half the day during the program. And then generally, the second half of days will be focused on hands-on or team-based learning in workshops, in UMass labs and facilities. So we really want students to have the ability to dig in and do stuff. So many people succeed by learning and engaging that, we've developed amazing partnerships with a few of our departments and have had success working with both the School of Public Health and our digital media labs. And in the afternoons, we have the opportunity to afford students access to these spaces to be trained in, certain topics relating to these fields. In the School of Public Health, we'll be looking at our kinesiology department, working in some of the biomechanics labs, and looking at some of our athletic training facilities also, and seeing how all that comes together. In the digital media space, we'll be focused on kind of maker space, 3D printing, video production, Fusion 360, some of the high-end digital programs that people in the field are using today. College preparation, of course, is a part of this EducationUSA Academy program. We'll be doing campus visits to our regional universities. That'll include info sessions and small seminars. We will go over admissions material development. So you're going to construct a personal statement while you're here. We're going to see what it takes to get an application done, what it takes to review an application, what it takes to submit an application. We'll also be looking at ACT and SAT, doing some workshops as well. Residentially, we'll be integrating with our UMass summer program. So during the summer, we actually host about 500 other students from both Massachusetts, the greater US, and internationally. EducationUSA Academy will be integrated residentially into this program. So EducationUSA students will be living with a US pre-college, US or other pre-college student. And this also reinforces that we take seriously, integration, and take seriously that we want students to come here and use the language, to make friends, to integrate into our campus community. Service learning, of course, we want students to also join our community. So we'll be participating with some local organizers to do some events, as well as our field trips. We'll be going to Boston, touring Faneuil Hall, seeing the tall ships of Boston, and visiting Harvard and some maker spaces over there as well. As I mentioned below, you can see some of the countries that we've hosted students from since 2017. Residentially, we're very happy to be able to place students in the UMass Commonwealth Honors College residential complex. They're very, very nice dormitories. You can see they are all equipped with air conditioning. They're basically furnished, so they have a bed, mattress, and frame, desks and chairs. There's a bookcase. They're all electronic key card entry. There is either going to be our live-in staff support in the dormitory, and then in the evening, late night, we have security to monitor entry in the dormitory. It's a very, very safe building. You still need to make sure of your own, materials all the time and make sure that you're keeping safe. But we do all of that training during orientation as well. But students can just feel rest assured that accommodations are both comfortable, friendly, and new. This accommodation was built in the last 5 years. It's a real prize of the campus, and all honors students that are joining UMass as undergraduates get to live in this dorm during the semesters. So we're very proud to be able to offer this space to our EducationUSA Academy students. I encourage you to go check out some of the videos that we have embedded into this presentation later. Meals and dining. So UMass, one of its points of pride is that for the third year in a row, we were awarded the #1 ranked campus food in the United States. It's something that has been an ongoing initiative by our auxiliary services for a long time, and they've just achieved an immense amount. You'll find food in our dining halls from all over the world. You'll find special events. They'll do a surf and turf lobster and steak night. They'll do local organic night where all the food comes from the UMass farms. Very supportive of dietary restrictions and have lots of resources that students can use. EducationUSA Academy students will come onto campus and have full, room and board. So the board includes 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner to attend any meals at our dining halls. Our program assistants and staff will be, hosting weekly meetups to eat meals together as well. We want to keep this program nice and consolidated and, really, fun and like a family. So we want to, do a couple family meals together during the week and during the course of the program. And it's what better way to come together over meals and good food too. You can see some of the menus available on our website with that link below. So come by and enjoy some of the sushi that they're serving up. We're a large university and a large public university, so there's lots of resources on campus that are available to our pre-college and EducationUSA Academy students. There's a very beautiful athletics facility where students can, go and sign up for Zumba classes, dance classes, do cycling and spinning, just run on the treadmill. Of course, it'll be beautiful in the area, so you can just, work out outside, play sports in the evening time with some of our other students. You can see that's that little chart on the right that there's pools and there's a handball and squash court. There's tennis. There's security with locker rooms, so you'll be well accounted for to keep in shape and active during the summer. As I mentioned before, W.E.B. Du Bois Library is 28 stories tall and is the second tallest library in the world. This has been verified by the university and just following what they say, and the tallest academic research library in the world. So you can see it from far away, and when you're approaching campus in the valley, it's pretty much the only really tall building around. So it's kind of the North Star. You can find your way around just by identifying the library. We also have a full service university health center on campus. All EducationUSA Academy students are enrolled in our international insurance, compliant with visa regulations. And if there are any questions over the course of the program, any needs, we have both program assistants that are well aware of how to take care of students and facilities and clinicians that are just, apt to make sure that students are getting healthy as quickly as possible. So it's great to have these resources on campus. There's tons and tons of other resources available on campus as well. And I encourage you to click on that UMass Student Life link or to just visit it and see what else our campus has to offer. You'll find out when you're here as well. So some of these student life activities, some of these I mentioned before, which are going to be, all of these are considered co-curricular. So you'll be doing, your academic part of the day, the first half of the day. And then what happens after that, or what happens on days where we have something else planned? Well, we have all of these things that, we're going to be doing with students on this program. Visiting Amherst College, going to Boston, and going to see the prestigious grounds of Harvard University and doing a nice tour there, going to visit the MIT Science Museum and seeing the innovation that's happened in the Massachusetts Tech Belt. We'll be visiting another polytechnic school in our region, Worcester Polytechnic, which is a phenomenal school in the area, and going to a makerspace called Technicopia, where students will be given the opportunity to learn some glass blowing as well as some screen printing, digital screen printing procedures. So it should be a nice day, as well as down in the capital of Massachusetts in Springfield, going to American International College. I mentioned service learning before, but we'll do some stuff with food and the needy, as well as working with our Amherst Survival Center, which is a food bank and clothing donation center, and it's just a really wonderful organization that we have allowed our students, into their premises to help out the community. Field trip wise and culture wise, we'll be going over to the Massachusetts Museum of Contemporary Art, also known as Mass MoCA. It is just an astounding museum full with installations of really large scale. It's in a really exciting, it's on really exciting grounds, and even if you're not the art type, there's always something amazing or a curiosity to check out. Six Flags, one of the most popular field trips, is just a large amusement park by us. So roller coasters and hanging out and seeing all the attractions. It's a definitely long and good day. And then Boston, as I mentioned before, which everyone is very excited about. It's a trip that announces itself. I don't need to say much. I also talked briefly before that we'll be doing SAT and ACT sessions, academic skills workshops, admissions panels, financial literacy workshops. All of these are integrated with our general pre-college students. We certainly encourage the EducationUSA Academy students to join in on all of these. They are part of the pre-college community, and it just will enrich everyone that attends. We also host movie nights in the dorm, as well as organized sports nights, craft nights. We'll be taking students to do maybe pottery throwing workshops, doing holding dances and extracurricular events. So we'll be planning these social activities as time gets closer, but for now, that's all I can say. I've got a sample itinerary for what you might expect, date time-wise, as the weeks progress, as the days progress in the week. This is from last year, so we'll be developing a 2019 final itinerary shortly. But as you can see, the morning time may be devoted to English class and some of the more formal English instruction, SAT workshop, personal statement construction, and such, to be broken up by a lunch period, and then to be followed up by lab periods. You can see SPHH labs in that 1:30 to 3:30 segment of time. That's the School of Public Health, where we'll be doing what I mentioned before in biomechanics labs, working in the gross motor skills lab, and the kinesiology department has just been a generous department and very amazing in hosting our students. From 4 p.m., where academic activities end, we'll generally have free time to study, enjoy campus, go into town in Amherst, eat dinner, and then everything is followed up by our evening activities, which would be those movie nights or one of those dance nights or something else that's going on. There's something going on every night of the week, that's for sure. Then you can see on Friday, we'll be dedicating to campus visits. The first Friday last year, we went to WPI and did that Technicopia workshop. Week 2 was the Boston trip and the Science Museum. So we can look forward to getting these things on the book for 2019. It'll look pretty similar with some tweaks, but this is a general construction of how the days will work. Saturdays will be field trips, local activities, hikes, and Sunday, kind of a chill day to rejuvenate the batteries. We don't want to necessarily overload everyone every moment of the day. So the digital media lab will focus on, this is a sample itinerary of what a week will look like on that front. So, for example, on Monday, learning the fundamentals of 3D printing. Tuesday, doing 3D modeling with Fusion 360. Wednesday, learning fundamentals of video capture, best practices for composition and audio capture, just understanding how to present yourself digitally and to come out with a project that you've worked on collaboratively. That culminates in Thursday to a kind of workshop and presentation period of what we've done. Friday, once again, will probably culminate in a college visit. So you can expect weeks to work like this, where you'll be doing English in the morning, busy with one of these activities in the later afternoon, and then on Fridays going for college visits in the evening time, enjoying yourself with your cohort. ESL wise, I'm not going to go into all of the details, but you can check out some of the course objectives that will come from working with our ESL program here UMass during the summer. We have an amazing instructor lined up, and students have responded to him extremely well in the past. So I'm excited for everyone to come work on their English, work on their formal skills, work on their informal skills, build their SAT vocabulary repertoire, work on TOEFL study skills. All of these things we'll be doing, and to really be focusing week by week on the process of refining a personal statement that can be used in either the general or any other college application that you may have, will be a definite goal of our ESL program. So I believe that is the conclusion socially and academically of what we hope to accomplish over the course of our Education USA Academy period. It is once again an honor to host these students on this program, and it's a pleasure not only for, I hope, the students to be joining us on an international trip on an amazing program, but it's also a joy for us administratively to be able to work with such diverse student groups to show a really good side of our country, of our state, and to make everyone feel welcome and enjoy their time and have a productive summer. So I want to thank everyone for listening on to this presentation. Once again, if you have any additional questions about the UMass Education USA Academy program, you can email me at zbrower, ZBROWER, @umass.edu. And once again, thank you.